Bill, I unbanned you. You're lucky. You're lucky I'm a nice guy. Yeah, I don't want him to play bishop f3, so if I play bishop g6, for example, bishop e2, bishop f3 is a little annoying. So. Take on h2? h2? No, e2. Elephants 2, not hyper modern 2. Okay, so now probably just bishop e7, castle queenside. I don't think I can do that. Don't think I can do that. That seems to be suicidal. But I think I'm just going to go bishop e7 and castle kingside. Even if he plays rook d1 here, like, he has no good discoveries with that knight. So, like, if I play bishop e7, rook d1, I castle, like, that knight has no good places, so... Well, maybe knight b5 is a bit of an issue. Maybe knight b5 is a bit of an issue. Okay, so bishop e7, knight b5, rook c8, rook d1. Okay, so maybe I just take and then play bishop e7. Maybe I just do that. You pick to draw, yeah. It's hard to win this type of position, unfortunately. So bishop takes, bishop e7, rook d1, queen c6. I just castle and play position. I mean, he can't possibly claim to be better here. Why am I playing 15 minutes? Just trying to prepare for my tournament. So I'm trying to play some longer games. Plus, you guys seem to like it when I play longer games. Okay, so I mean, castle. I don't really want to castle queenside, hang a7, but castling kingside seems the way to go. Yeah, 15 minutes is the jam. It's my joint. It's my joint. So we'll see. Okay, so just rook d8. I mean, I don't know. Rook f d8, I guess. Keep this pawn guarded. Minus, 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 minus 15. Plus, plus, plus 9. Yeah, I am preparing. I can actually just take a2. I completely forgot about that. I probably should have just taken this pawn. It's funny, like I said, oh, I should keep my rook on this pawn, and then I completely forgot that I could just take that pawn. So I think taking that pawn is perfectly fine. So I made a mistake. Queen g5. That's kind of what I wanted to do. Like that's why my mind didn't even think about this, because I kind of want to keep my queen in the vicinity to mate him. But it's really not the right idea. I should have just won a pawn when I had the chance. Okay, so that's not a good move, I don't think, because now c3 is weak. Okay, the question is, if I play a6, bishop b6 could be a little bit annoying, because then I can't get a rook to the d file. Yeah, it really was asking to be taken. I know. It really was. No, it was a mistake. I completely agree. Yeah, so rook a8 makes sense. I mean, queen g5 is good. Knight f3, queen h5, I guess, is the idea. But then he plays like rook e1. So the question is, like, do I want to trade this a pawn for the c pawn? I'm not entirely sure. I don't think so, actually. Like, rook a8, bishop takes a7, rook takes c3. You move this knight somewhere. I don't know, knight b1 or something. Yeah, queen c6 makes a lot of sense, too, but I kind of want to keep my queen on this 5th rank. Queen a5 makes sense, too. Yeah, I see the merits in that. I mean, I could also just play, like, rook d7. Rook d7 and then, like, rook a d8. Do that, too. Yeah, rook ac8, I just don't know if I want to trade this a pawn for the c pawn. Although I guess on rook ac8, rook bishop a7, I could play rook a8 and then take on a2. That's probably good. It's probably good. It's probably good. I mean, he wants to play knight f3. He wants to play knight f3. I mean, I can even play something like queen h5. Just go into an endgame. Okay, how about queen f5? How about queen f5? trying to go into c2. I think it's more accurate than queen g5. How good am I? Not very good. I think I like queen f5. Because now I want to play like rook d5 and rook a d8. That makes sense to me. And now if knight f3, I don't have to waste a tempo to play queen h5. I can just go rook d5 right away. Actually, maybe I can play knight d5 to f4 might be an idea. Yeah, I'm okay at chess. I'm okay. So knight d5 looks strong. Yeah, knight d5, knight f4. I know Depresniak likes that idea. I am the best. Definitely not the best, but I'm the best on my block, probably. Best on my street. Best in my house. And on the catwalk. Okay, so knight c4. Alright. I mean, knight d5 makes sense. Rook d5, obviously, don't want to get pinned up. I mean, knight d5 seems fine. Yeah, knight e3, I play queen e4, though. I'm not going to trade. Don't worry, Depress. I'm not going to trade. Queen e5, I probably have to trade, though. I might play bishop f6. I don't know. Actually, maybe I'll just play queen g6. Queen e5, queen g6. h5 at some point, yeah. I thought about it. You like those h-pawn pushes, don't you? I did it for you last game. I can't do it for you 2 games in a row. I mean, that's asking a bit much, isn't it? It's asking a bit much. But it does have some merit. It does have some merit. G-pawn push this game. that might also have some merit. I just don't want to get mated. King pawn, not just the H. Okay. Well, I should get in some opposite side castling positions for you or something, so I can actually make it mean more. Okay, so knight e3, queen e4. And then if he plays f3, that looks just really bad. I can even actually play knight f4 there. It's kind of crazy, but I think it works. Hopefully this guy just self-destructs in the next 5 moves, since he's 1500 blitz. That's what I gotta hope for. That's what I gotta hope for. See, when you're playing weak players, you gotta just hope they self-destruct. Because this position, I mean, it's pretty equal. I feel my position is very comfortable to play, but, like, I'm not really better. But inevitably, the guy will self-destruct. Hope chess. It's not hope chess, but I mean, I expect it. Let's put it that way. Because 95 seems not good for some reason. Okay, so I think I take this opportunity to play bishop to f6. I think I take this opportunity to play bishop to f6 because of stuff. So does my queen get trapped? I don't think so. I mean, I can play knight f4 right away, but queen f3, and then I don't really know what I'm doing there. At least bishop f6, now I'm threatening knight f4 and to take on e5. Yeah, I can also play f6 and e5. That's a good point, actually. But then what's my bishop doing? Well, I guess I win c3. Okay, so if I play f6, he goes Jingo Jango somewhere. Play e5, he goes Jingo Jango. I take on c3, win a pawn. Oh, do I though? Because he can take on d8 and play queen c4 check, right? No, it doesn't. That's what I'm saying. So f6 knight moves, e5 bishop moves, knight c3, rook d8 check, rook d8, and then queen c4 fork. I mean, I'm hoping the guy self-destructs. So that's kind of why I want to do it. So okay, f6, knight f3, e5, bishop e3. I guess I can always bring my knight back to d5. Alright, f6, knight moves to f3, e5, bishop moves to e3. Knight takes c3. Queen c4 check right away. Queen c4 check right away is the problem. Yeah, but maybe just rook c8 there. Yeah. But then he can play c4. But then he can play c4. Yeah, f6, knight f3, knight f4, queen d2 or something. Oh, then I can take on h3. So then he has to play queen e3. And then e5. But then he can play bishop c5. So I don't know about that. No, then I can take and then take and then take or something. Alright, well f6 probably is fine. He might go knight d3 here, which makes it easier. Then I can go e5. So knight d3 would be a mistake, right? Because then his queen would be blocked out. So give him an opportunity to make a mistake. Also knight c4 for the same reason would be a mistake. So he has to go knight f3 to give himself the opportunity to play queen c4. So give him opportunity to make a mistake first. Right? So now if he plays knight f3, I can reconsider whether I want to play e5. But if he plays knight d3 or knight c4, I can play e5. You feel like knight f3 is a mistake? It's possible. It's possible. Knight f4 might just be strong. It's possible. But I mean, I'm saying at the very least, if he plays knight d3 or knight c4, I can just play e5 and win up material. A lot of material, actually. Yeah, knight f4, he has to play queen e3. And then I have a draw. Knight d5, knight f4, knight d5. No, just kidding. But yeah, I mean, I at least have a forced draw, pretty much. Because of this knight takes h3 idea, and my queen's on f3. Okay. So knight f3, knight f4, queen moves somewhere, e3, then e5, bishop c5, take, knight takes h3. Wins a pawn. Do I play checker? No, I do not play checker. I have to sack something? Well, I can play knight takes h3, queen takes h3, and try to play rook d5 to h5 or something. It depends on the position though. Depresniak likes checker. Depresniak likes checker. Don't tempt me into these bad things, Marius. You're gonna make me play something crazy. Like knight takes g2 or something. Play knight f4, knight takes g2. Ah! But we'll see. It's not a 3-minute game to press. Okay, so you play knight f3. Alright, so knight f4 seems to be the move of the hour. Okay, so e5, bishop e3. I mean, that's probably good for me too, but knight f4 should be good first. Okay, so now queen e3 is box. I guess he could play queen. No, he can't. Yeah, he has to play queen e3 box. Then e5, bishop c5, capture, and then capture on h3. Should just be winning. Should just be winning. Well, you missed the first one, TK. You missed the first one. This is the second game. So you can just go in my history and look at the first one if you'd like, or rewatch the stream, whichever. But yeah, this is the second one. Okay, so I think I just want a pawn here. I mean, can he take on a7? Is that too rogue? I didn't really think about that.